Everybody, this is One and Gold Unger coming at you with a Cavaliers post-game show and preview show. So, to start, let's take a look at last night's game against the Utah Jazz. Cavaliers at Jazz. Simple. Jazz came out with a win, 100-92. For some reason, the Cavaliers just struggle when they play the Jazz in Utah. I will admit that I think the Jazz are a dangerous team. And if I had made a preview video, I would have said the main guy to watch out for with this Utah team is Gordon Hayward. And he went bananas last night. Finished with 28 points. That only 1 point, only LeBron James had 29, so he had 1 point better than Gordon Hayward, who I think should be an all-star. And if he's not, that's a problem for me, even as a Cavaliers fan, because I just think he's an underrated shooter, partially because he plays for the Jazz. But that's not to say that I think he should go to a different team. No, I think he fits in perfectly with what Utah is doing. Another big factor for Utah last night and over the course of the season is that they finally have a solid starting point guard, which is George Hill, who they got in the 3-team trade with Atlanta and Indiana, in which Jeff Teague went from Atlanta to Indiana, and then George Hill went from Indiana to Utah. I don't remember the other parts of the trade, but anyway, George Hill had 13 points, and he had, but more importantly, he had 7 assists. That's really good. Again, I don't know what it is about the Cavaliers and playing in Utah, but I think they've now lost 3 straight games in Utah. Kyle Korver finally made his debut last night. In 17 minutes, he had 2 points. Am I going to get on him for that? No, because he hasn't been with the team long enough. He just played his first game last night with the Cavaliers. So I think it'll take him some time to really get into the rhythm of it. Doesn't help that it's a back-to-back in Portland tonight. Again, Kyrie Irving had 20 points and 4 assists. However, the Cavaliers do not have a backup point guard. Again, I like Kay Felder, but he's not ready to be Kyrie Irving's backup coming off the bench yet. No way. If they want to try and defend their championship, the Cavaliers have got to get somebody like DJ Augustine or maybe Rondo from Chicago. I don't know. Those are just a couple of names, but the Cavaliers will not go far. They'll make it to the finals, but I don't think they could beat Golden State in a 7-game series without a backup point guard. DeAndre Liggins, again, he's not great on offense, although I did see him make a 3-pointer. But his jump shot is broken. I don't know if it can be fixed. But the main reason he's in the starting lineup is for his defense more than his offense. Again, more than his offense. LeBron did his usual thing of getting almost 30 points, one away from that 29. The other guys that stepped up for Utah were Derek Favors with 12, Gobert with 11, Rodney Hood with 18. I think he's an underrated guard. And as I said, George Hill had 13. Trey Lyles had 12 points off the bench. So Utah's a tough team. If I were in the Western Conference, I would not want to play them in the playoffs. They will be a tough team to, if they are able to make it to the playoffs. If that's the key word there. If they're able to make it to the playoffs, I think they could be a dangerous team. Could they beat the Golden State Warriors? No. But I think they could possibly make it to the second round and push the Warriors to at least like a 5 or 6 game series. If they were to happen to play the Warriors. I don't know. From Utah, the Cavaliers are heading to the Pacific Northwest. Unfortunately, not to Seattle because the NBA gave up on Seattle. Hopefully that changes. But instead, they're taking on the Portland Trailblazers. The Cavaliers and Trailblazers already played each other in Cleveland. Cavaliers came out with the victory that night, 137-125, in one of the highest scoring games I've ever seen. Damian Lillard was up to his old tricks, 40 points and 11 assists. That guy's on another planet. I don't get how that guy is able to do it. He's one of the best players in the NBA for sure. And then his backcourt mate had CJ McCollum had 13 points. So not as impressive as Damian Lillard, but McCollum is somebody the Cavaliers are definitely going to have to control. I'll be curious if DeAndre Liggins matches up with which of those two Liggins is guarding tonight. Will he be guarding Lillard or will he be guarding McCollum? That will be interesting. That's going to be a big thing for me tonight. The problem I think Portland has is that they don't really have a good small forward. Harkless is decent, but he had 11 points that night. Now, that's not to say that he's not a good player, because I think he is. It's just that I think against Kevin Durant and all the other top small forwards, it's not a good matchup for Portland. Here's what NBA.com has to say about the matchup. The Portland Trailblazers and Cleveland Cavaliers will be coming into Wednesday night's Moda Center matchup with different mindsets after opposite results on Tuesday. The Trailblazers outscored the Los Angeles Lakers 53-30. That's total domination in the second half and en route to a 108-87 victory Tuesday night at Staples Center. Cavaliers, meanwhile, fell behind early and never recovered in a 192 loss to Utah. I think it's actually called Vivint Smart Home Arena, not Energy Solutions Arena. McCollum, like I said, he's improved. He topped the 20-point mark for the 8th straight game with a game-high 25 points for Portland. This is what McCollum said. I've been playing pretty efficiently over that stretch. I'm being aggressive, trying to make the right moves to help my team win. Damian Lillard scored 18 of his 20 points in the second half, most of them after a third-quarter altercation with the Lakers' D'Angelo Russell that earned technical fouls for both players. Lillard was 1 for 10 from the field in the first half and 6 for 11 after intermission. You should always let sleeping dogs lie, Portland forward Ed Davis said. They woke him up. Bad move by them. The Blazers, who held the Lakers to 12 points in the third quarter. It was a season low for any quarter by the Lakers and a season low for any quarter by a Blazer opponent. We did a good job of defending without fouling and getting back into transition to eliminate their easy baskets, McCollum said. That was the difference in the game. So both teams are coming off back-to-backs. So I'll be curious. It'll be, I think, a big reason for whoever wins tonight will be who can find their energy quicker and get their legs under them. Cavaliers, just like in Utah, seem to have trouble winning in Portland. Although I think the Cavaliers, the last season, I think the Cavs blew out Portland. But things could be different this season. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball to tell the future. Do I think Portland will make the playoffs? Yes. Do I think they'll go deep into the playoffs like the Western Conference Finals? No. Maybe second round. Similar to Utah. But Portland's biggest problem is I don't see there's a good center for them, and I don't see Harkless as a good small forward for them. Portland needs a third option. They have McCollum and Lillard. We know about them. But if both of them are having off nights, who's going to step up for the Trailblazers? I don't know. So that's a dilemma Portland needs to figure out if they want to try and keep going. Because I think they could be a dangerous team. Like I said, do I think they could challenge Golden State? No. Although they pushed the Warriors to 6 games left in the conference semifinals last season. But I think part of that was because Stephen Curry was off, or was injured for a lot of that series. And as soon as he came back, Golden State flat out dominated. So, yeah. The last time the Blazers and Cavaliers met up, Cleveland's Kevin Love had a career game. The Portland native scored 40 points, sinking 8 of 12 from three-point range. Love had 34 points in the first quarter, 3 shy of Klay Thompson's NBA record for points in any quarter, sinking 11 of 14 shots, including 8 of 10 from three-point land. Love outscored the Blazers by himself 34-31 during the Cavaliers' 46-point first quarter. So, I don't think Kevin Love will have go bananas like that again. But I think he could have a decent game because Portland doesn't really have a strong power forward. Their main guys are Lillard and McCollum. I know they have Miles Plumlee and Myers Leonard, but I don't see them as being reliable options. So, it should be a good game tonight. It's always tough to win in Portland. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Until next time, this is Wine and Gold Unger, signing off.